He only dated me for a bit, but I turned the tables. Skylar's story. I always thought heartbreak was for older people. You know, the kind of drama they write songs about or cry over in black and white movies. But heartbreak hit me in 10th grade, in the form of a guy with perfect hair and a fake smile. My name's Skylar Blake. 14 years old when it started. Just a regular girl, if being invisible counts as regular. I had this hoodie I wore every day, gray. Oversized. Faded elbows. It made me feel safe, hidden, like the world couldn't see me. And honestly, I was fine with that. I just moved to Ridgewood, a town where the sidewalks were perfect. The cliques were established, and my name didn't mean anything. Freshman year, I had one goal: keep my head down. Blend in. No drama, no pain. Just survive. First day of school, Skylar walking through a crowded hallway. The hallways buzzed with groups that had already chosen each other. Cheerleaders by the lockers. Jocks throwing gum at each other. Theater kids practicing lines in the stairwell, and me? I was a ghost. Until he saw me. Locker collision. Jackson entered. I dropped my binder near the sophomore lockers. Pages everywhere. And that's when it happened. Jackson smirking. "Oh, you good?" That binder just exploded. He knelt down, picking up my sketch of a girl in a hoodie holding a sword. Our fingers brushed. "Jackson, nice drawing. Looks like she could destroy a small village." Skylar awkward laugh. "Thanks. She probably could." Jackson read. Varsity soccer. Blonde with waves that never needed brushing. The kind of guy who doesn't just walk, he glides. He had this confidence, like the world owed him an audience. He smiled, casually, like I wasn't just the quiet girl. And then he handed me my sketch and winked. "Jackson, I'm Jackson. I sit behind you in history. You don't talk much, do you?" "Skylar, I don't perform much either." It was one of those lines you think about later and cringe. But he just laughed. Days pass, Jackson keeps showing up. That was the first crack in my hoodie armor. He started showing up more. In the lunchroom, sitting at my table, uninvited. In class, passing me doodles during lectures. Online, his team is full of memes, compliments, and weirdly deep questions like, Jackson texts, "If your personality was a planet, which one would it be?" I laughed way more than I used to. I even caught myself putting on lip gloss before school. I hated that I cared, but I did care. Late night texts every night, we texted. Jackson texts, "What do you dream about?" Me texts, "Sometimes I dream I'm invisible." But no one notices. It's not even scary, just normal. Jackson texts, "That's sad. If I were in your dream, I'd find you." My heart flipped. This wasn't a movie. This was happening to me. Official couple moment, Jackson asks her out. Then one Friday, under the bleachers after the soccer game, he said it. "Jackson, I like you, Sky. Like you. Let's be a thing." I didn't even say anything. I just smiled like a complete idiot and nodded. For the first time ever, I felt seen. I felt wanted. Dating high, shared milkshakes, holy hand holding, Sky texts. He brought me flowers he picked from someone's lawn. We danced in my kitchen at midnight to sad indie songs. He wrote SB Jr. on his wrist in Sharpie and said it was better than tattoos. But the thing about dreams. Eventually, you wake up. The party. Jackson invited me to this massive party. Everyone who mattered was going. I wore mascara for the first time in months. The music was loud. The air smelled like too much Axe body spray and red vines. I stood by him, his arm lazily draped around me, and thought, greater than asked, I made it. I'm finally something. Then came the whispers. Random girl, she doesn't know, does she? Guy near the door, yo, he actually pulled it off. That's crazy. I froze. My chest tightened like someone turned off gravity. VOICE laughing, 1 month. That was the bet, right? That you couldn't get hoodie girl to fall. Other voice, and she totally did. Min's a legend. I didn't say a word, I just walked. Out the door. Down the block. Past the streetlights. My phone buzzed. Jackson texts, Sky, wait. Let me explain. Explain what, exactly? That I was just a checkbox, a dare, a joke? I turned off my phone. And cried until my throat hurt. Dark phase, weeks later, the days after were a blur. School felt like a fishbowl. Everyone staring, whispering, laughing. I deleted Instagram. Stopped answering texts. Wore my hoodie again, like armor. But even armor has cracks. Cafeteria, Taylor sits beside Skylar. Taylor quietly. What they did? That was trash. But you? You're not. Taylor wasn't like the others. She didn't try to fix me. She just showed up. And that's when everything began to change. After Jackson broke me, I didn't want revenge. I wanted to disappear. But then, something inside me woke up. It started with art. Not the sweet little sketches I used to doodle in the corners of notebooks. No. These were raw, angry, powerful. Pages filled with fire, with fists, with girls in hoodies turning into wolves. Skylar sketching in her room. I filled a whole journal in 3 nights. It wasn't about him. Not anymore. It was about me. And what I'd let people take from me. My voice. My fire. My space. Taylor sees Skylar's sketchbook. Taylor in awe. Sky, this stuff. It's brilliant. It's pain and power and, I don't know, honesty. You have to share this. Skylar, I don't want attention. Taylor, you're not chasing attention. You're reclaiming your story. She was right. So I created a new Instagram. At Sky_Inc. No selfies. No filters. Just art. My art. Sky posts illustrations with quotes like, you don't need armor when you're the fire. I didn't expect anyone to care. But within 2 days, I had 300 followers. By the end of the week, minus 1,200. Comments like, this feels like me. Thank you for drawing what I couldn't say. Whoever broke you, they didn't win. Skylar walking through school. Whispers turn into admiration. For the first time, people saw me. Not because of Jackson. Not because I was some bet. Because I showed up. Jackson watches Skylar from afar. Stunned, he tried to apologize. Jackson DM, I was stupid. I didn't mean it. You weren't a joke to me, but I left him on read *. Because silence. That was the loudest no I could give. Taylor's idea, making a mini animated short. Taylor, we should turn your story into a video. An animated short. With your voice, your art. Skylar, my voice. No one wants to hear that. Taylor, I do. And I'm not no one. We stayed up for 3 nights. Editing frames. Recording lines. Adding music from royalty-free sites we didn't fully understand. Skylar uploads the video. The hoodie girl story. I clicked post and felt like I'd launched a part of myself into space. Then, forgot about it. Until the next morning. Skylar wakes up to 89K views overnight. Taylor screaming, you're going viral. Comments poured in. Girls from Texas, from Toronto, from Taiwan, saying the story was there's too. Deem is like, I'm the hoodie girl, you gave me a voice. I showed this to my mom. She cried. Local news picks it up. Teen artist turns pain into viral power. I was on the morning announcements. The principal asked me to speak to younger grades about digital storytelling. Someone even painted a mural of one of my characters downtown. Jackson tries one last time. Jackson cornering her at school. Sky. I never thought it would matter. You changed. You became this version of you. It's amazing. Can we? Skylar flatly, you were the match that let me. But I'm not here to warm you anymore. Skylar walking home, hoodie in her backpack, sunset glow. I still have the hoodie. It's torn at the cuffs, faded, stuff as ever. But I don't need it like I used to. Because I'm not hiding anymore. I thought heartbreak would break me. But it became the plot twist of my life. I didn't just survive. I rewrote the story. When you go viral, it doesn't feel real. Not at first. You just see the numbers ticking up, the likes, the shares, until it starts knocking on your front door. Emails flood in, creators, school counselors, online magazines. Suddenly, I wasn't the girl from the bet. I was the girl with the hoodie and the voice. Teen creators were remixing my video. Podcasters were quoting my lines. A youth mental health group emailed me to say they were using my story in workshops. It was wild, but also weird. Because part of me kept waiting for someone to say, she's not that good. This is just a trend. She'll disappear in a week. School assembly invitation. Principal warmly. Skylar, would you speak to the school? Talk about what you went through and how you created from it. Public speaking, yeah, right. I'd rather eat cafeteria mystery meat for a month. But Taylor nudged me, and I kept thinking, if one girl hears it and feels less alone, then I've already won. Skylar walks on stage, holding a mic, voice shaking. My hands trembled like leaves in November. But then I looked out and saw faces like mine. Girls in hoodies. Boys who never spoke. Eyes wide. Listening. Skylar on stage. I thought heartbreak would end me. But it just introduced me to myself. Crowd, silence, then clapping, then a standing ovation. Skies our prints sell out online. Fan messages pour in. I launched a small shop online. I didn't think anyone would care. I put up 5 prints. They sold out in an hour. One girl sent a picture, my hoodie girl poster framed on her bedroom wall. Another stitched a patch from my sketch onto her backpack. One even made a cosplay. It was overwhelming, but beautiful. Because they didn't love me for being popular. They loved me for being real. A nonprofit reaches out, inviting Skylar to collaborate on an anti-bullying campaign. A youth arts foundation offered to sponsor a short animated film based on my story. They called it Voices Under the Hoodie. I cry in the car, not because I was scared, but because I was ready. Fast-paced montage. Skylar in a small recording studio, sketching frames, directing animators, working with voice actors. It was work. So much work. But it was worth it. I wasn't just telling my story anymore. I was telling ours. Skylar finally throws out the old hoodie. One day, I pulled the hoodie from the back of my closet, held it, breathed it in, and tossed it in the Goodwill bag. Not because I hated it, but because I didn't need it anymore. I had armor now, not made of cotton, but of truth. The film premieres online minus 2 million views in 48 hours. Comment on video. My daughter was bullied. She watched this and finally opened up. This saved me from doing something stupid. Thank you, Skylar. I showed this in my class. Every student cried. Skylar journaling on her window seat. Rain outside, candlelit. Sometimes I still feel the ache. Like a soft bruise under the skin. Like the memory of a storm, even when the sky is blue. But now, when I feel it, I create. To the girls who were used, to the boys who were laughed at, to anyone who ever asked, am I enough? Greater than you are not a joke. You are not someone's dare. You are a story worth telling, and if they can't see that, tell it louder. Skylar walks into a college animation program, backpack on. Eyes forward, fade to black. I was the girl behind the hoodie. Now, I'm the voice behind the movement. It's Skylar Blake's story just for you. Don't forget to like and hit subscribe.
Keep watching Control Me for brand new real teen stories every month. You can also comment what story you want to watch next. Don't forget to like and hit subscribe.